Good morning, everyone. You are watching Barnstable this morning. I'm Sarah Colvin, and joining me in studio today from our Human Resources Department, I welcome Director Bill Cole and Assistant Director Tammy Cunningham. Welcome.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much for coming in. So some exciting things going on over there at HR, and we've talked with some of our other town employees about the online registration for our senior services and for the HYCC, but now people can apply for a job with the town of Barnstable online. So Bill, why don't we start by talking a little bit about the kind of the origins of this. Obviously with these days, everybody's so connected to the computers, it seems like a no-brainer to be able to apply for a job here in the town of Barnstable online.
Absolutely. I mean, we had tried initially, and we had succeeded in the school department with using a system called School Spring, which is an online system, but is only tailored for school positions. And seeing the success that we had with School Spring, we wanted to try to replicate that for town jobs. And after going through a lengthy process to try to identify the best vendor, we settled and picked a company called NeoGov, which is a company based out of California, which has a lot of experience in this area and has a real great product. So it will bring us current, and people will be able to apply for jobs online, and it's an excellent system.
Absolutely, and I think for people who are looking for jobs and may not want to come all the way to town hall to pick up an application and fill it out and take the time, it's probably a lot neater because people can do it on the computer as opposed to perhaps their handwriting, which I can assume might sometimes be difficult to decipher. So talk to me, I know this new online system has just launched, but talk to me about the kind of application system and how it works prior to the online launch.
Yeah, prior to NeoGov, we were very paper intensive, if you will, and the people that were applying had to fill out an application. They could email it into us, but eventually it was printed out, or they could drop off a paper application to Human Resources or mail it in. So very paper intensive for the applicant, very paper intensive for our office, and then also very paper intensive for the hiring manager. So by switching to an online process, it's streamlined and easy for all facets. It's easier for the applicant, it's easier for Human Resources, and it's easier for the hiring department to go through and schedule interviews and ultimately make the hiring decision.
Great. Well, Tammy, why don't we find out a little bit about how does this work? I clicked very briefly on the website, and it seems really kind of straightforward. So tell me a little bit about how this works and how people can use it.
Absolutely. It's incredibly user-friendly. So for an applicant looking for a position, they would go to the Town of Barnstable website, and they would click on Departments and then go down to Human Resources. And then they'll notice under Employment Resources where it's changed is we used to have the applications lodged there. We don't any longer. They're no longer located there. You would click on Positions Open to the Public, and then from there is where an applicant would notice where it says Powered by NeoGov. The website looks the same as the Town of Barnstable, same colors and everything, and then they'd scroll down and you'll see all of the positions open to the public. For the individual that's interested, they would just click on the position and then they go to the bulletin and there's a little link that says apply.
Great, and it's just as easy as filling out the application. Now, do people have an opportunity to, if they've got their resume as a Word document or a PDF, can they upload it there and send that as well?
Absolutely. So for an individual that's new to the website that does not have a current account, they would create an account. And the good part about the system is you can upload and attach your resume, your cover letter, references, anything else you choose. You create your profile, and once it's there, it's done, so that if there's any future positions that one would like to apply for, you would just select an application, apply for it, and you're already done with the work.
Great, it's super easy. And so, we can definitely see the ease of use for people looking for a job, but for you guys in the office, I'm sure that will show some improvements in terms of combing through the applicants and taking a look at the resume.
Oh, absolutely. The purpose of it is to streamline the process so that eventually we will get to it being all electronic and online so that our hiring managers will be able to look at it that way as well as Human Resources. So there'll be a reduction in paper and certainly increase in efficiencies.
Absolutely. And so this is brand new. It just went live this week. Is it too early to tell if people have been using it yet, or or have people actually tried to use it yet?
We do not know if people have tried to use it yet. We could probably later on today we'll check into the system to see if we have any applications.
Great. And how do people access this particular portion? It's right on the town's website, correct?
It's right on the town website, so they would go to positions open to the public, click on that link, and then from there it'll introduce somebody to the new applicant system, and they would go down to go to the open positions, click on the position one's interested in, and then just hit apply.
Great. And of course, as we say, these are just the positions open to the public now, but you're thinking of eventually transitioning to the internal postings as well. For those who may not be familiar with kind of how that system works here in town, can you talk a little bit about, you know, the internal postings versus the external postings?
Sure, absolutely. As well, some of you may not know, but most of our workforce is unionized, which means there's a process that the positions would go to the union first, and then it'll go out to the rest of the unions and then the town. And so right now, this is just external positions that are open to the public that are being displayed on the system. And then eventually we will roll it out to the unions and to the House.
Great, and that's just kind of working out the kinks now to see how it goes.
Absolutely, developing a comfort with the system.
Exactly. Any sort of timeline you have on that, or is it just essentially just seeing how it goes initially, and then making a call then?
It's seeing how it goes, making sure if we do run into anything that is going to require our attention, we kind of work that out and then go forward.
Great. So anything else that you feel our viewers should be aware of, either Tammy or Bill, in terms of this new automated system? I really think it's great. I know that, you know, obviously so many people are out there looking for jobs. Perhaps they're at home searching on their computer, but definitely online seems to be the way to do it. So to be able to see the job online, be able to apply online right away instead of having to either print out the application or come down to town hall, I think you're probably going to see an increase in applicants for these open positions.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, and you had alluded to it at the beginning of the segment, there is an expectation now that people have, you know, immediate access, online functionality. So I think by us doing this, it allows people to be online, apply, not have to worry about it, and I think it'll be easier for them and also easier for us. And the system, one of the great things about the system is it's very communicative, so that as the person moves along in the process, they get automatic updates to their email. So in some of my earlier discussions we've had, some of the criticisms has been, where's my application, how long do I have to wait to find out what's going on? With this system, there's going to be, you know, structured, scheduled emails. Your application has been reviewed, it's being considered, you're going to be scheduled for an interview, you're going to be scheduled for a second interview. It's all done through the system.
Great.
So it's going to be great
that
on all ends.
communication certainly very important. Now, can people still apply the traditional way if they want to, if perhaps they're not as computer savvy as they'd like to be?
We would prefer people to apply online. I think in the initial transition period, I think we would probably still accept the stray paper application, but the goal pretty quickly is to go to 100% online. And we would work to try to do things like set up kiosks and human resources for individuals that don't have internet access. But we would prefer online applications, and I think the majority of people would as well.
Great. Well, thank you both so much for coming on and talking to us, and we look forward to seeing how this works.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
From the HR department, Bill Cole and Tammy Cunningham, I'm Sarah Colvin.